Hi everyone, Sandra Vail here at Homesteading Ways, and today we're making a vegetarian potato soup. Alright, to get started, here in my pot I am melting about a half a stick of butter, probably a little bit less than that, but I didn't exactly measure, so that's what's melting in there. And to that I'm adding one, I'd say medium chopped up onion. Now this is a sweet onion, but go ahead and use whatever kind of onions you like. We're just going to let those warm up a little bit, soften. It shouldn't take that long, but to this I'm going to be adding, I'd say about 2 cups of chopped up bok choy. Now I'm using bok choy because I went to the farmer's market this past weekend and they still had some, so I decided to get a small bunch of it. Go ahead and use regular cabbage if you want, or if that's what you have on hand. Or you can leave it out altogether if you want to. A lot of people use celery and carrots in their potato soup. I'm not a huge fan of cooked celery, so I don't use it very often. And I don't happen to have any fresh carrots on hand, so I'm using the bok choy. I like it. It's a, kind of a milder cabbage, and it just adds a little something nice to a potato soup. To me a potato soup is creamy and delicious, but doesn't have strong flavors, and I think that's why I like the bok choy. Although I will say I sometimes make a potato soup with a spicy Hungarian sausage, and that is really good too. But then I'm doing it purposely, for a special dish at home. Also, I am cooking this on a camping stove. Most of you who follow the channel will know that I just moved into our off-grid cabin and our propane stove hasn't been hooked up yet. But don't worry about this camping stove. There's a lot of ventilation in here, and I do have a carbon monoxide detector, so we're good. Okay, the bok choy is already cooking down quite a bit. Let me see if you can see this here. See, it's wilting really, really nice already. And the onions are softening. So now what I'm going to do is add a couple cloves of garlic. I'm going to use a garlic press, but go ahead and just mince it up yourself if you don't have a press. I like the presses because it gets every little bit out and saves me from having to try and mince it. This is a simple, comforting, warming soup, and right now today it is chilly for September. Well, not really for September, I guess. But we did have super warm temperatures all last week, and now we're at around, I'd say, the top of the 50s, maybe 60 degrees. It's probably less than that now because it's later in the afternoon, and it just started raining a few minutes ago, and it's been cloudy all day. So this is a really good, comforting soup. Now to this, I'm going to add my potatoes. Now, oops, can you see this here? There you go. This is a combination of red potatoes and fingerlings. That's what I happen to have on hand. So, because both of them are really thin-skinned, I just chopped them up however I wanted. If you're using russets, then I would suggest peeling them. And this is about 3 cups. Maybe a little bit over, but I'd say about 3 cups. And to that, we're going to add 3 cups thereabouts of water. That measuring cup only holds 2 cups, so I need to add more. There we go. Now, if you're not worried about this being vegetarian, then go ahead and use a chicken stock. Or if you're lucky enough to have some vegetable stock on hand and you are vegetarian, or you just like vegetable stock, go ahead and use vegetable stock instead of the water. I am not vegetarian, so I am going to add a little bit of chicken bouillon. I do have chicken stock somewhere, it's just I can't find it at the moment. I tell you, this moving, the pole barn is not done yet. So stuff is kind of put in there, but it's just not at all organized and I can't find half of my stuff, so I have backups. So there you go, right there. We're going to let this cook. Oh, and by the way, that was a teaspoon. Don't worry, I don't always, you know, remember measurements and stuff sometimes, at least I say them in the videos. But I will always put the ingredients and the measurements down in the description box, so make sure you check it out down there. But I'm going to let this cook. Well, you know, I need to turn the heat up. Up until now, I've had it at, I'd say, low to medium. I'm going to turn the heat up to medium high, because I want to get it to a boil. And once it's boiling, I'm going to put that cap like that. Once it's boiling, I'll let it go for 10 to 15 minutes. I will check it at the 10-minute mark. Because I did cut these potatoes up a little more on the small side, they won't take as long to cook. One thing I forgot to mention, or add I should say, is a pinch of sage. I think it really adds to the dish, and you want to put it in right around the same time you add your potatoes and get everything boiling. Don't go overboard on the sage though, because too much is not a good thing sometimes. So go ahead and add your pinch of sage if you like sage, or add whatever spices you want. And we'll put this lid back on so it gets to boiling. Okay, it's starting to simmer again. So I'm going to add pepper. A decent amount of it. We like pepper. And then I am going to add a very good amount of salt, because believe me, it needs it. I'm going to stir that up. And she's done. Turn the heat off. Grab us a bowl. Now this is a very warm, tasty way to take the chill off of almost any day. Pair it with some good crusty bread. Maybe have a salad on the side. This is just really good eating right here. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, please thumbs up. That would be great. Subscribe if you haven't already. That would be awesome. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.